Go.
Hi, my name is Hope Alexander, and I'm a senior BSW student here at the University of South Carolina. My field placement is through Communities and Schools of the Midlands, who has assigned me to Watkins Nance Elementary in Richland School District 1, where we work to support families and students academically and in their home lives. If you're watching this, it's probably because you're interested in what it is like to be a social worker or future social worker here at the University of South Carolina. So I'm going to take you to 11 of my favorite spots on campus and talk to you about the 11 competencies that the National Association of Social Workers provides, so that you can get a better understanding of what it is like to be both a social worker and a student at the University of South Carolina. For competency 1, we're here at location 1. This is actually a classroom in Hamilton where you'll have some of your classes. So competency 1 is to identify as a professional social worker and conduct oneself accordingly. So at my field placement, I build my professional manners by dressing appropriately, conducting myself professionally in all the language I have, whether this be verbal communication in person with clients or my supervisors, or via text messages or emails. My field supervisor allows me to build on these skills and to prove this commitment to professionalism by placing me in hard situations. For example, I lead social emotional lessons with students, I talk to parents one-on-one, and I attend support team meetings with all administration, staff, and teachers at Watkins Nance, where I have to keep this level of professionalism. Okay, for location 2, we're here at the Visitor Center, where if you choose to come to campus, you could receive a tour. And we're going to be talking about competency 2 here, and that is to apply social work ethical principles to guide professional practice. At my field placement at Watkins Nance, and like my peers at all their field placements, we're expected to be familiar with all of the National Association of Social Workers codes, principles, and standards. I have to prove that I am able to withhold these in all settings in my field placement. Not only do I withhold these standards, but I advocate for them. For example, at Watkins Nance, I don't work alongside just social workers. I work with administration, principals, teachers, counselors who are not familiar with the Social Work Code of Ethics. While they are not required to follow it, there are great themes in these principles that I can apply to our work and encourage. We're here at the Horseshoe. This is location number 3. This is a great place to study, exercise, or just hang out. For competency 3, it is apply critical thinking to inform and communicate professional judgments. Critical thinking is crucial to every work we do in social work. We have to be thinking outside of the box and be resourceful in order to meet our clients' needs. For example, at my field placement at Communities and Schools, each semester we receive a list of both tangible and academic needs for our client system. I then work alongside my field supervisor to create a plan to meet these needs. For tangible needs, we create a list of resource brokers in the community and figure out ways for our client system to access their resources. For example, this semester I researched COVID testing and telemedicine appointments within the school zoning and communicated these resources to our clients. Academically, we've worked to foster and improve learning and teaching with free resources that we research that have been proven to be effective, such as books, parent workshops, reading sessions, etc. Okay, we're outside the president's house. This is a student favorite because oftentimes you can see the president coming in and out, and if you're lucky, you can snag a selfie. Today, I wasn't so lucky. But we are going to talk about competency 4, and that's engage diversity and difference in practice. By understanding that everyone's life is different due to the intersections of race, social economic standing, age, etc., we can better help each other in our walks in life. For example, at Watkins Nance, it is 99% minority and 100% free or reduced lunch. By understanding each other and our needs, we can better serve one another. As social workers, this is crucial. Okay, we're here at location 5. Right behind me is Russell House. This is where you can do all of your dining, send any mail in the basement, and we even have a game room. It's a great place to be. So for competency 5, it's advance human rights and social and economic rights. Now this kind of stems off the last competency we just talked about at the president's house, and understanding each other's needs and advocating for them. By understanding that one's identity might make them feel oppressed or less than, we can help gauge their needs better. Our goal as social workers in general, and at my field placement at Communities and Schools of the Midlands, is to advocate for those who feel oppressed, whether that be because of barriers of entry economically, socially, academically, or more. We advocate for our client system where they feel they cannot advocate for themselves and help bridge the gap between what they want and what they need. In the past, we had advocated on behalf of food, temporary housing, temporary jobs, health needs, and more. Our next location is my favorite location, the bookstore, and my bank account's least favorite location. We're going to be talking about competency 6, which is engage in research, inform practice, and practice informed research. As social workers, it's so important that we stay up to date on the latest research. By doing this, it allows us to be both efficient and proficient in our work. When I say efficient, I mean we can have the most efficient intervention methods, ones that are proven to work, have success rates with clients. Now, we must realize that everyone is a little different, so it may vary by case to case, but we can't expect great results from great research. When I say proficient, I mean the more we can do, the faster we can do it, the more we can accomplish. For example, at my field placement, we may only have clients for a semester. The more we can get done, the greater impact we may have on their lives, even if they're not in our client system the next semester. By being proficient, we can get the most done within a community or client system as quick as possible. Here at Thomas Cooper Library, this is a fan favorite, and during March Madness or other great sporting events, you may see students flooding the fountain area. We're going to be talking about competency number 7 here, and that's apply knowledge of human behavior in the social environment. As social workers, not only do we study human behavior in the social environment to better understand our clients and their future needs, we also like to take the knowledge that we have learned and teach it simply to our clients. By better understanding their own behavior and social environment, it can help create change when they're not seeing us one-on-one. For example, at my field placement at Watkins Nance, we lead what we call social emotional learning lessons, aka SEL, every single Monday and Thursday for students. We teach them basic emotional skills, help them recognize feelings, how to express them, and how to communicate them not only with social workers but with peers. Hey, we're here at the J School. While you probably will not have classes here, I like it because you can still get in and study. There's great views like South Carolina staples, palm trees, and just great study areas. There's even a rooftop study area. So we're going to be talking about competency 8, and that is engage in policy practice to advance social and economic well-being and to deliver social services. As stated earlier, it's our job to advocate for our clients. Many needs can be met through local and federal policy practices. By being familiar with these, we can create easy access to them and inform our clients of them. In the past, my field placement has utilized government housing policies, food stamp programs, Medicare/Medicaid programs, and more. By having a knowledge of policies and implementing them, social workers can advance the social and economic well-being of not only our clients, but our greater community. When we help clients, they go out, they tell their friends and families about the policies we've informed them of. We can decide which policies are best to engage by using thorough assessment, intervention, and evaluation at all. For location 9, we're at one of our COVID-safe testing locations. This really is a personal favorite of mine because this made students feel safe here at Carolina during these troubling and unusual times. We're going to be talking, coincidentally, about how to respond to contexts that shape practice. Simply put, this just means being able to be adaptable and flexible to whatever may be thrown our way as social workers, including COVID-19. For example, at my field placement, we've had to adjust to students being online and in person 50% of the time. We're not seeing our clients every day, and we've had to remain competent via research and practice mentioned before to create the best strategies to still serve our clients. I have found in my field placement that the best tool to shape context and practice is just a happy and positive attitude. Hey, we're here on Green Street. I chose this location because of all the locations I've shown you thus far, this street connects them all. And on some days we'll have farmers markets, we'll have tents with local clubs on campus that you can talk to. It's just a great place to get to know people and meet up with friends. Competency 10 is engage, assess, intervene, and evaluate with individuals, families, groups, organizations, and communities. At my field placement, my supervisor's main goal is to increase parent engagement. By increasing engagement, we can begin to assess and intervene. By increasing engagement, we build the rapport needed to better serve them. We do this by expressing interest in their lives, hosting events, and showing empathy. Once parents are engaged, we can appropriately assess their needs and begin the appropriate intervention trial. Once parents are engaged and we've started the assessment, we start evaluating. We evaluate during our intervention with check-in meetings. We talk to one another, and we evaluate once at the end to make sure that our informed and elaborate plan to meet their needs was successful and that our client system is happy. Okay, competency 11 is identify and engage in ways to proactively support my academic success. And we're actually here in my college house because it started pouring on campus, which is kind of perfect because in this house is where I do all my self-care and all my self-reflection regarding my fieldwork and my schoolwork in general. By taking the time to reflect and take care of myself, I can pinpoint the areas where I feel I'm unconfident, and I can take those concerns to field supervision with my supervisor, and she can help me improve my skills so I can feel more confident and spark greater academic success. That concludes our 11 stops and 11 competencies. Thank you for joining me today.